So I was living in a car for like probably, I don't know, it was like somewhere between 3 and 6 months. This is right when I just started doing like engineering full time. I kind of veered away from everything else. And, you know, now I don't got the studio. I'm like, damn, what I'm gonna do? I don't got the studio in the crib. And I would cop the studio for like 24 hours. And just mad sessions I would just knock out.
Because they also, in Carriage House too, they actually have like a...
I used to be in the B room, the one in the back.
Okay, so there's no bed in there.
Nah, I used to be on the couch with it.
Welcome to the Mike Squires and Friends podcast. I'm your host, Mike Squires, and today I'm joined by my good friend, Chris Murda. Now, Chris Murda is an incredible engineer, and Chris and I go way back. He worked on one of my first mixtapes I ever produced. That's no longer out, but he also executive produced Sample Tape Volume 1, which you can check out and is on all streaming platforms. But Murda's worked with the likes of Jim Jones, Young Thug, Dusty Locane, who actually makes a little appearance in this podcast via phone call. You can support the Mike Squires and Friends podcast by subscribing on YouTube or downloading on your preferred podcast platform. The Mike Squires and Friends podcast is proudly sponsored by DistroKid. Looking to broaden your musical horizons as an artist? Discover DistroKid. With its smooth and rewarding music distribution platform, DistroKid offers unlimited uploads while ensuring artists retain 100% of their royalties and earnings. Join the community of over 1 million artists who trust DistroKid to distribute their music across major platforms like Spotify, Apple, YouTube, TikTok, Tidal, and so many others. Having personally used DistroKid since 2018, I can attest to their superiority amongst distribution services. Collaborating with fellow artists has become effortless, especially with the ability to easily send splits of songs, streamlining the creative process. With the DistroKid app, accessing these benefits is now more convenient than ever. Safely sign up or log in with two-factor authentication, upload releases on the fly, monitor earnings, and withdraw funds from your DistroKid bank. Stay updated on royalties through push notifications, effortlessly share hyperfollow links, manage account details seamlessly, and track streaming stats from Spotify and Apple. Additionally, explore Mixia for professional-grade mastering, DistroVid for music video distribution, and Instant Share for secure file sharing with collaborators, producers, and more. The DistroKid app is available on both iOS and Android. Download from the App Store or the Google Play Store to revolutionize your music career. Visit distrokid.com/VIP/Mike Squires to get 30% off your first-year membership. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of Mike Squires and Friends. Today I'm joined by an old friend of mine. I've known him for over a decade, an incredible engineer. Don't ask about his name unless you're trying to find out about his name. Chris Murda, welcome to the Mike Squires and Friends podcast.
God, I appreciate you having me, 1,000%.
Yeah, dude. So for the people that don't know, can you introduce yourself and what you do?
Alright, so I'm a recording mixing engineer. I also co-own a studio in Stamford, Connecticut. On First Class Studios. I work for Empire Records as an engineer there. Let's be on the move, man, you know?
Yeah, and you also grew up in Stamford, Connecticut, so what was growing up for you?
Growing up for me? Growing up was cool, yo. It was, my mom, she was pretty much a single parent. She was just on the grind, you know what I mean? Doing what she had to do. And holding it down. I was kind of bad a little bit. Definitely was kind of bad a little bit. I got in a little bit of trouble, a lot of fights and shit. Especially towards like middle school. I was always into music though, like OD. That was always my shit, kind of like my escape and everything.
What got you into music?
Got me into music? Just being around. Actually, probably what really got me into music, I used to go to this after-school program called Rah Swish.
Okay.
And I had Miss Shirley was there, and she used to always give me like the mixtapes and shit, like the CDs, and they had like the bootleg man and shit back then, you know what I mean? So basically, she used to give me like the mixtapes and shit, and I would just have my CD player listening to mad like new music, everything, you know what I'm saying? That really got me heavy into music.
Yeah,
for sure.
Earlier you said you were getting into trouble. What kind of things were you doing? If we can talk about it?
Oh, man. We can talk about the younger stuff.
Yeah. Let's talk about the younger stuff then.
Shit, I was getting a lot of fights. You know what I mean? Just, people would test me and shit in school or outside, whatever, just because of, how I am.
Yeah.
And, I get in a lot of fight situations like that. I'll sell weed in school, shit like, not too crazy.
Yeah. So I want to keep going on and get into more. I have a lot of research I did and get more into your life.
Okay.
But I want to talk about how we met, dude.
Okay.
Now, I don't remember exactly how we met, but I remember the first time I saw you. Okay. So I was doing an event. I think I was this is early when I started doing film and stuff, right? And it was the Norwalk Music Hall or something.
Oh, yeah.
But you were doing sound or lights there. And that was the first time I remember seeing you. And then eventually, I saw you later in life because we started working on a ton of music projects. I don't know where we connected first, if it was through P, if it was through Devin, if it was through Jet, but it could have been one of those.
It's kind of all around the same time too.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, I was trying to remember, but we worked on a mixtape together very early on, dude. Thanks. We did the Devin Miller project, dude.
That us, yeah.
Yeah, and
I remember that.
Before I get into this next part, I want to say I hope Devin Miller's doing well.
Fact. Shout out Devin Miller.
But man, I just want to talk to you about because you've been in the game for a long time.
Little minute.
You've seen artists come and go, dude.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? What's something that keeps you so consistent?
Dang, keeps me so consistent.
Yeah, and motivated.
Man, I mean, it's if you do something, why not put your all into it? I learned that from a long time ago. You know what I mean? I'm just not gonna waste my energy doing something if I'm not gonna go all the way with it. For real, that's really my thing.
Why do you think you're like that, though?
Shit, probably Mr. Woods. Mr. Woods in middle school, when I was acting crazy in school, he said, "Yo, if you gonna do something, let me do it 100%. And if you're not, what's the point?" I remember that, and I kind of stuck to that forever. That always stuck with me.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about your Crime City Entertainment days.
Okay.
Because I know you said you got in a lot of trouble, right?
For sure.
You know what I mean? So I feel like Crime City Entertainment kind of blends the lines of getting in trouble and music.
Yeah, that's true.
How did Crime City Entertainment come together?
Oh, damn, yo. Crime City. Oh, man.
I told you we're going to talk about it all, dude.
Nah, that's really what, ain't gonna lie, Crime City really saved my life, though, for real. In all seriousness, that shit is what got me into music. You know what I mean? I wasn't doing music before that. I was listening to music, as an escape or whatever, but before Crime City, I was never, into music, in the studios and all that. So basically how I got into Crime City Entertainment, was I was actually away. I got sent to this boot camp shit, and I think I was going into high school, or maybe first year of high school, and I got in some trouble, and I got sent there. And my man's JP wrote me, and he was like, "Yo, we started this rap group, Crime City. You know what I mean? When you come back, you gotta join." So I was like, "All right, I mean, fuck it, we here." So when I came back, you know what I mean, we had a studio at my boy Edgar crib. Well, Edgar really the one who started Crime City. And I was just kind of always the one recording everybody. I was recording a little bit too, rapping, but it ain't really my thing. But I was recording everybody, and then eventually the studio came to my house. And then everybody used to come to my house and record. And that just really got me into music, though. Crime City, we was putting out mixtapes. We had MySpace booming.
I know.
What I'm saying?
It was Crime City 03 or something like that? Yeah, or Crime City 3?
Something like that. Oh, yeah, damn, it was. That was the page. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Somebody took the first Crime City. I was
it's all good.
It's all good.
So what do you have to say about this statement? Walk before you crawl.
Yeah, damn. Shit. Walk before you crawl. Damn, that's wild.
I told you I was going to bring up some old stuff that you probably haven't thought about in a little while.
Nah, yeah, that was a project we put out. Man, yo. And that was kind of Walk Before You Crawl was kind of just growing up fast. That was kind of my thing behind the name of that. Just growing up fast. Walking Before You Crawl, we kind of, skipped a lot of childhood years and just got straight to it.
I was going to say, do you feel like you grew up fast?
At a certain point, yeah. My early childhood was cool, though, for sure. My mom, did a lot for me. We was always doing stuff. She kept me busy, even like downtimes. Yeah, I don't know.
As someone who knows your mom too personally, like she's always been supportive, it seems.
Hell yeah, that's the OG. My mom holds it down for real. Shit, thick and thin. Like even when I was wilding out, she was mad at me, but she was always there for me.
Yeah. Another thing I want to bring up too is, another one. You got to get with it or get gone. What does that mean to you, Murda?
Yo, it's another mixtape, Crime City days. Damn, yeah, we touched the road. We was actually like just running around, states nearby, doing shows and shit. Different schools, different little events, community events, doing shows, selling mixtapes. Man, we was just trying to make it happen, yo. That's really what got me into engineering heavy too.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. Yep, at what point, because on these projects, you're spitting on these projects.
Yeah, a couple of them. Definitely a couple of them.
When do you make that transition to, becoming an engineer and not only becoming it, but like really doing it full time and just being like, oh, like I can do this with my life?
Shit, like probably, this is really a little later after the studio came to my house. And we started doing like features with people. That's really how I knew mad people that did music, but like when I started having people come to my house, because the studio was in the crib, so we started doing features with other people and stuff. And they wanted to come back and record. They was fucking with the vibes. You know what I mean? I was like the best at the time. I was just figuring it out. But around then, people was like paying me. I think I started charging engineering. I started at like $5 an hour, yo.
That's crazy.
Just because I love being in the studio all day anyway. And I was going to do it anyway.
And there's a way just to get started, too, because, I mean, realistically, before that, you were just doing it off the love at that point. You know what I mean? But then there becomes a point where it's like, yo, if I'm going to do this full time, I got to turn it into a career and like actually profit off of this.
Yeah, 100%. That's kind of when I started like, charging for sessions. Just charging for mixing, getting more into that.
And what year was that?
Shit, bro. Oh, damn, what year was it? Oh, man, I don't even know. This is probably like, maybe like 2008, something like that.
Yeah, because I feel like I entered like either a late 2013 or 2014.
Yeah, okay.
I know the Devon project was 2014.
Okay, yeah, facts.
Yeah.
So I was like 6 years in.
That's crazy.
Yo, facts.
But yeah, and then we got to talk about one last mixtape, Perseverance. Yeah, I think that was the last one, right? I know that because you had posters, the Perseverance posters, and I had one on my wall like for years growing up, dude.
That's crazy. Yeah, we used to wild out with the posters. I actually caught it mad fines for that.
Oh, because like putting them downtown and stuff?
Yeah, I used to bug out. And I had a whole bunch of like homies that used to put posters up. Man, somebody put a poster on somebody's car. And inside their windshield, they was wilding. I had mad fines.
Dude, I feel like the game has like changed so much too, because from when you got in the game, like, mixtapes were predominating, the street teams, and I think street teams are still important. But back then it was definitely different. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you didn't have the power of creating a Facebook group and just inviting everybody, like you're tagging all the cars with a flyer, you know what I mean?
It is.
Yeah. What are some of the shows and stuff that you did with Crime City?
The shows we did, I know we did like all the high schools in Stamford and like the surrounding areas. I know we did like some shit in Bridgeport before. We went out like OT, different states. I know we did like something in North Carolina one time. I don't know, we was just moving around like wherever we could perform. We used to wild out, throw money in the crowd.
So Crime City was kind of like your big first like music like entry.
Yeah, facts.
What's something that you learned from Crime City that you kind of carry with you today?
What I learned from Crime City? Just, you gotta go hard if you really want it. If you really want to make something happen, you gotta put your all into it. You know what I mean? And also just like don't get caught up too much on one thing at one time. I always keep moving.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So don't put all your eggs in one basket.
But if you see that basket you got all your eggs in ain't working, keep it moving, you heard?
No, that's fair, dude. And you know, it's funny. I think I talked to Jed about this today, actually, where it's like, you know, music is kind of a crazy thing because it's like, it's kind of unforgiving in the sense where it's like, it almost doesn't even matter how much time you put in because you could be at this game. How many people do you know that have been at this game forever and nothing's really happened for them?
That's facts.
There's a lot of people. It's a tough game. Like
It's tough.
business is not
right.
for the weak, dude. You know, what keeps you going on those tough days? Because I know anybody who's in this game goes through it.
Shit, what keeps me going, man? It's just the drive and like also like I got a lot of people that look up to me too. You know what I mean? Just moving how I move. A lot of people like, you know what I mean? I can't like failure is not an option.
Because you'd be letting them down.
I be letting them down. You feel me? And by me taking it to the furthest level, you know what I'm saying? Pushing to you know what I mean? To this over, like it kind of shows something. You know what I mean? Like it's possible. You know what I mean? For you, if you really put the time, energy, effort into it, you could accomplish whatever. You know what I'm saying? And by me going hard like I do, I think proves that. You know, proves that point to a lot of people. You know, that really keeps me going. You feel me?
Did you have like an I made it moment or like a moment that where you felt the needle turn or something that was just like, okay, I'm here. We're doing this.
Honestly, I don't know. I sometimes I feel like maybe I had moments like that, but I never really get caught up on that. I always feel like it's another level. It's another. I'm grinding every day, like how I first started every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this shit really don't stop. So I'm always kind of pushing the limit because I feel like, I don't know, man. I got so much more to do.
What keeps you hungry, though? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, you say it like it's all natural, but I'm telling you, people don't have that hunger. You know, people get their feet wet and fall back. You know what I mean? But you've just been hammering the nail nonstop. So what keeps you hungry, Murda?
Yo, man, it's like, shit, kind of go back to like the Crime City shit. That the music shit just gave me a second chance. You feel me? Because I was going off the path. You feel me? I was getting a lot of trouble doing wild shit. You know, just moving wrong. And the music shit came into my life and was like, yo, you could actually do this and really make it happen. And I can't take that for granted. You feel me? Like I really was going left, bro. You feel me?
If you didn't have music, where do you think you'd be?
Shit, I probably wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? I might dead in jail. In jail, probably dead after that because I'd be wilding. But you know, yeah, I probably wouldn't. I don't know. I couldn't do no regular job or nothing, so I'll just be on some street shit, just moving around.
You grew up getting into trouble. You know, Crime City was the thing that inspired it. But do you think that, like, when you created Crime City, that was like the turning point? And were you still getting in trouble during the Crime City days?
Type shit. I mean, this shit moving around kind of funded Crime City, you know.
Yeah.
But that definitely like opened doors. Like, you know, we would do little things we would get paid for, and I'm like, oh shit, if we got paid this, shit, we could do it again and get paid again. And as we get better, we're gonna get more. But you know, everybody ain't see it like that. But shit, as soon as we made $100 off of some shit, I was like, oh nah, we could do this. You know, and I was like, let's just keep going.
And is that what made you? Is that what made you want to like leave? You know, the troublemaker activity behind? Like, you know, do you remember the last time you got in trouble and were just like, all right, this is the last one. Can't do this anymore.
Shit, ain't gonna lie. Shit, I got in trouble not too long ago. I was wildin'.
Oh no.
Good talk about it. I guess we could say it.
Yeah.
It's an open thing, but yeah. Fucking I got the high-speed chase the other, like probably like 2-3 months ago.
That's not that long ago, Murda.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to do good, but yeah, I was kind of wilding. I got in 2 in 1 week. Yeah, I be trying to. I don't know, man. I just be trying. I got a problem with authority, you know. So I don't know.
Where do you think that comes from?
Shit. Problem with authority. I hate it. I don't know. I got like arrested when I was young. That kind of just, turned
Kind
me.
of jaded your perspective.
Yeah, you feel me? Like kind of jaded my perspective. Facts. But I don't know. From then, I was like, I don't like being told what to do and stuff. Don't pull me over. I'm not stopping. Like all that. I don't want to deal with the police. Like, I'm good. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Now they ended up fucking hitting me with the spike strip. Fucking veered out. I had my little homie in the car. I was like, damn. I guess I was like, damn, not again. I'm gonna pull over next time, maybe.
But yeah, dude, like, but I think overall, like, from where you were to where you are now, like, I mean, I guess you're having moments of it, but like,
yeah, but I ain't wild. I'm not going. I'm not doing other things. I'm chilling now. Basically,
yeah. Another thing that I know motivates you too is that you're also a father.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And my son fuck with music, which is dope.
I know you sent me something recently, dude.
Oh yeah, I did, yo. Yeah,
so you want to talk about it, like?
Yo, little homie, my son Alex. He go by Apex Alex. It's my man's. This dude recorded a song on like BandLab, made the cover art off of some website, and put it on SoundCloud. He's 10 years old.
I was gonna say he's 10, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I was doing at 10, dude? Nothing, dog. I was doing nothing, dude.
Yeah, that shit was dope, man. My son is super dope. Know what I'm saying? It's dope being a dad. Just definitely gives you purpose for sure. I would say that. It's just mad happy every time I'm with him, Like, I be learning mad shit with him. Just like I be teaching him stuff. We figure stuff out together. Just holds it down. Try to be a good role model. Definitely pushes me to be good, Just try to, that's another thing that probably pushes me too, man. Just proving it to even him that anything is possible, Well, yeah, man, my son is super dope, man. He got a mixtape coming soon.
Dog, I mean, I heard the record he made at 10 is better than the record I was making at 20, dog.
Bro, he be locked in. I had him at Empire. I brought him to Empire this past summer. I had him. He was over there making beats with people. Beats with my man's Jiggy. He made the Fisher song.
That's crazy, dude.
He was cooking up with bro. Like, he was in this, bro, I'm telling you, he was running the studio. He was in there with Jim. Wow.
Insane. Just so the people listening, when he says Jim, you're referring to Jim Jones?
Oh, yeah, Jim Jones. I've been recording him the past, probably, like 3 years now? Something like that.
Yeah, this actually could be a good moment for you to just kind of tell the people out there some of the artists that you record and work with now.
Oh, man. Dang, it's a lot. I record a lot of artists. Shit. I mean, lately I've been having, Dusty Locane, my man Rah Swish, Ron Suno, Jim Jones, recorded like Key Glock, so many artists, bro. It's crazy. My man OP, so many, bro. I'll be recording every day, so it gets crazy.
Yeah. So how did the first session with Empire come to be?
My first session with Empire, I was just pulling up to the city. Thinking about it. So I actually came back to the East Coast 'cause I was living in LA. I was living in LA for like 3 years. I would pop back and forth. But I came back because my mom had got sick. She had to have like emergency surgery, and she was in the hospital for like a year. So I was just back here, just chilling, being with her every day, just holding it down. One of my guys, he was going to the city one day, saying what up to some people in some studios, and he was like, "Yo, you want to go?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, be out." I just ended up popping in the stew. I think I was I ran into my guy Dope Truth there, and he was recording some Pain, and I was like, "Yo, I record, you know what I mean? I engineer," and we just started recording, and since from then we was type locked in. I seen my dude Bobby Fisher, who I met originally in Atlanta, and just locked in kind of on the spot. He was like, "Yo, you want to engineer here?" And I was like, "Fuck it, we here. Let's lock in." That was pretty much it from there. I was locked in like every day.
Yeah. So what's that first session with Jim Jones look like?
Oh man, that shit was a movie. That was around the time he was doing the what's that joint called? The We Set the Trends, the drama joint. Dang, I forgot what the joint's called. But he was doing the We Set the Trends, the Fitless song, like all that. And yeah, that shit was a movie, man. It was mad people in the studio. You know what I mean? Every room was full. I listened to Jim and Dipset like as a youngin' coming up, so I just gotta be on point, A1. And it was good vibes, man. I fuck with Jim. That's my peoples. The whole camp, Vamp Labels, all good people, man. I'm locked in.
How does it feel, growing up listening to these artists to then working with them?
Shit's a movie. I ain't gonna lie. It's definitely a movie. It's dope, man. I'll just be trying to do my best work, try to, make it even better. Like the music I was listening to back in the day, make it even better. Like, so it's dope, man. It's kind of surreal,
Yeah. And how's it like working with Rah Swish too?
Rah Swish, that's my dog. He's dope, man. Rah's dope, man. He's a good dude. Dope artist. Probably one of the illest spitters out in New York right now. It's dope, good vibes. Making music,
Yeah, and I know you work with Dusty too. You're actually going to do the On the Radar after this too?
Yeah, I'm about to go do the sound for it.
Yeah, looking at the time.
Yeah, I'm about to go do the sound for my man Dusty. He doing the On the Radar today. And I'm about to just run the sound for him with my man Q. Do that.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about some other sessions that I know you did. You ran a session for Young Thug, or you were in the studio with Young Thug?
Yeah, I was the assistant engineer. I was the assistant engineer for Baines. I think it was like that whole week they was doing a session. It was for the YSL tape. And I got to record a couple times. Like whenever Baines got stepped out, I would jump in. That was dope. That was super dope. Baines is a super dope engineer. I learned a lot just being in them few sessions. It was a surreal experience too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's something you learned from that session?
You just gotta be ready at all times and fast. Like Baines is super fast. But getting to watch him was ill because my man's be on the shortcuts. I learned like half of the shortcuts I know that couple sessions. Just watching him, just learning, just being fast, man. That was probably the biggest thing I learned.
Yeah.
Gotta be on it.
And what's the vibe in the studio with Thug, dude?
Shit was cool, man. A lot of weed smoke in the air. Bro, I had the security on point. It was dope, man.
Yeah. When you're working with an artist like Thug, are you guys communicating a lot? Like, what's that like?
Ain't gonna lie, he kind of be in his own world when he was recording. He just be locked in. He'll even like jump on the keyboard and like cut up his vocal real quick. I seen him do that.
You ever seen the viral photo of Young Thug where it's like him and Dirk, I think, and it's like him on the keyboard. So
he
I believe it
like that. One time he just like I was doing something and he just jumped. He was on the mic. He jumped on the keyboard and just like moved. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Like, that shit was dope.
What's one of the most out of pocket things you've ever seen in the studio?
Oh man, out of pocket things. I don't know.
I know you got the stories, Murda. I know you got the stories.
I can talk about. Dang. I don't know. It's be like movies sometimes. It be, crazy vibes, party vibes in the studio a lot. It'd be like club in the studio sometimes. I don't know. I don't know what I can say. I don't know what I can talk about.
Well, you know what? And if you want to talk about it, we could talk about it. If not, we could move past it.
What is it?
I remember seeing a viral video, dude.
Oh, man. What viral video?
I think someone was I don't know exactly what I remember, but what I remember is someone being kind of annoying and you had to check them.
Oh, yeah. Somebody might have been annoying. They kind of maybe overstepped the boundary here or there. I just kind of yoked him up a little bit. I don't know who, but maybe that happened. You know, I don't know.
Well, let's talk about not specifically that, but like, you know, how do you deal with when someone enters and has a bad vibe in the studio? Like, how do you maintain the vibe of the studio?
We don't do bad vibes, you heard? Especially in the studio. That's a no-no for a fact. I don't know. I really don't have too many people come in the studio with bad vibes. I kind of give off that energy that, like, we're not doing that. Like, good vibes over here, you know what I mean? I keep good energy around me at all times. It's essential. I can't even think about that. Maybe that situation was probably the last time I had some bad vibes around me. But I don't know. I mean, I kind of keep it away from me.
Yeah.
You know, a long time ago, I mean, I might have had to drag somebody out the studio, you know, but that was maybe once. You know,
but it's also different on the come up too, because now that you're more established, like the quality of people you're dealing with isn't like, you're not dealing with like the wishy-washy people anymore that like are half their heart is in this. You know what I mean? All the people you're dealing with like are doing it.
Nah, facts. Everybody I'm working with right now is like dead ass, like not full steam ahead, you know what I mean? Like trying to make the most out of this. You know, like this is people's career, you know? We really, you know, got families to provide for. Gotta hold it down.
Yeah, what would you say for people that, you know, their circle around them is kind of what I'm trying to ask. You know, about the people you keep around you.
You gotta keep good energy around you. If you got toxic people around you, you know, it's like crabs in the bucket. They gonna bring you down. You gotta get away from that. That's essential. You know what I'm saying? If somebody ain't benefiting you and just pause, like sucking energy from you, you gotta part ways. You feel me? Like no love lost, but you gotta put yourself first. You know, energy is contagious. You know, so you gotta keep that good energy around you. It's essential.
Yeah. What's something that you had to overcome in your career?
Something I had to overcome. That's a good question. What did I have to overcome?
You know, tough times, something that
It's definitely been tough times. I mean, all right, so boom, I'll put you on the one. When I had the studio in my basement.
This is Magic Sound Studios.
Yeah, Magic Sound. I guess you could call it. Well, actually, it wasn't even Magic Sound.
It was like a loose name.
It technically wasn't there yet.
Okay.
This is before
the sign was in.
This is before I got there though.
Okay.
In the studio, we had lived over by Taco Bell. This is when I was living with my mom. At Taco Bell, and we had the basement of this building. Technically, it wasn't even a legal apartment. That's why we ended up having to get kicked out.
That's crazy.
But so we was living there, and when we was moving out of there, I was supposed to get a crib with a couple of people. My mom had got a spot, and last minute, like the crib situation didn't come through, and I was like, fuck, I had to get out though. So I had to put my stuff in storage. I was like living in the car because where my mom was, she was just getting like a room situation, and so I was living in the car for like probably, I don't know, it was like somewhere between 3 and 6 months, just moving around, hustling, just, you know, getting the chicken back up. You know, I was living in the whip and the bills were still coming, so boom, I had to still take care of stuff. So my money was going down, so I just had to flip it, you know, get right back on my feet. And plus, this is right when I just started doing like engineering full time. I kind of veered away from everything else. And, you know, now I don't got the studio. So I'm like, damn, what am I do? I don't got the studio in the crib. So I was moving around. I was actually working at Carriage House a little bit though. Johnny, he used to let me like sleep in the studio. And I would cop the studio for like 24 hours and do mad sessions. I would just knock out.
Because they also, in Carriage House too, they actually have like a...
I used to be in the B room, the one in the back.
Okay, so there's no bed in there.
Nah, I used to be on the couch with it.
Okay.
So I was on the couch with it for real. And but yeah, so going through all that, right? I ended up getting like arrested the day before I was about to close on the spot you talking about, by the firehouse. I got arrested. and this was probably like one of my lowest points. So I got arrested. I stacked up enough bread because I ain't had no credit, right, or no proof of income.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to get up so much cash to get a spot. And I got arrested with somebody, and basically everything was being put on me. And I just like got up in the cell, man. I just laid down. I was like, fuck it, yo. Like, it is what it is. I don't got the studio. I was about to get the spot. They about to take off, you know what I mean? Take everything. So I was like, all right, that's it. So this dude, Mr. Woods, he came and he like bailed me out. And I ain't called nobody. You know what I mean? So he pulls up. He's mad as hell though. But he ends up like, yo, they came, they like, yo, Christian, you out. I was like, what the fuck? So I walk out, he right there, and he dropped me off back in my car. They ain't find something in the whip. You know what I mean? So I was able to get up the bread like last minute to get that crib. And you know what I mean? That's like what I had to overcome, you feel me? So I got up the bread, I went there, paid him, got the keys. I went to the crib, slept on the floor that night. Next day, got all my studio shit out of storage, set up the studio, and no looking back. I was just on it. Sessions, right back to it. And it was booming from there.
Were you in touch with Mr. Woods after that too?
Yeah.
How old were you at the time?
Dang, I was maybe like, I was probably like 21, 22. Yeah.
So once you got out, it was go time to get in the studio, because at that point it was like, I can't go back to just where I was.
Yeah, hell no. And that was like another second chance moment. Like, I ain't calling him, but I basically gave up when I laid down. Like, Mr. Woods magically pop up. And but yeah, it was go time from there. It was go time. I had to do, I'm not about to go back to the same situation. I was just sleeping in the whip. You heard?
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. Gotta just hustle.
Do you find that some of your hustle kind of comes from just not wanting to go back to that spot you were?
For sure. Because I know where it could go. She could go all the way left if I don't put my best foot forward and hustle like every day. She could go left quick.
Yeah.
You feel me? And nah, that's not happening.
So then that kind of enters the Magic Sound Studio era.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
kind of the start of that.
Yeah, so that enters, and then you go from there. You go Lion's Den.
Yeah. Facts. Well, that was my people's Mike Smith and Mike Melodia. That was their shit, but I was very influential to the starting of that and everything, for sure. Well,
I bring up Lion's Den because I spent a lot of time with you there, especially during the pandemic, working on sample tape, dude.
Thanks, we was locked in.
Oh, dude, talk about sleeping at the studio. Like, we were just locked there. In. Can you paint the picture of Lion's Den for someone who...
That building looks crazy. Ain't gonna lie, it looked like a horror scene. Like, walking through the... So it's in this little industrial park. And it's in the basement of an old-ass industrial building, which I don't know if you know, but I was actually, when I was born, I was living there for the first couple of years of my life.
Did not know that, dude.
Yeah, that's where my mom's photo lab was, upstairs. But, so downstairs, you walk down these stairs, and it looks like a dungeon. You gotta walk up to the studio. It's these big-ass industrial doors, and it's these, like, gray doors, and boom, you open the doors, and there's two studios, one left, one right, and it's a whole nother world once you go in them doors. But on the way there, it's treacherous.
Yeah, dude, we spent so many sleepless nights there working on sample tape. I remember the first session we did was with Dill for Nothing to Prove, but I mean, we did Drive Slow with Obi there, like a lot of records, and then Proud too, dude. I wasn't actually in there, but I think that's the studio you guys were at when you guys did Proud.
Yeah, I think so.
No, there's a lot. But then I want to talk to you about the newest studio, right?
Facts. First Class Studios, you know what I mean? Stamford, Connecticut. Putting it on the map for real. But that it's coming together. Probably about 2 years in the making. it's a movie, man. So far we got like 3 rooms, kind of 4. Me and my man Mike Melodia, putting it all together. We got a whole team, 5 engineers, 5 producers, photographers, videographers, graphic designers, whatever you need. You know what I'm saying?
The one-stop shop, dude.
One-stop shop for real. And it just keeps getting better and better. Kind of still like in the building process towards the second half. We finished the front. And it's coming together, man. I ain't gonna lie. I've had a lot of big artists in there lately. Everybody loves the space. And, it's a movie, man.
Yeah.
And one other thing. Actually, the name First Class
I want to talk to you about
Studios.
that.
So, we named it after my friend who passed away. My man First Class Mel. And it was always like mine and his, just hit our vision, just building like a space, kind of like a creative hub where like the town and just CT in general has like a place where we could like, grow, like build. We need that hub, and just working together and doing the shit at the highest level. That was always something we was trying to do. And, I named it after him, just kind of continuing that vision.
Yeah.
That's what we on.
I remember connecting with Mel probably in like 2014 at Magic Sounds.
Yeah, man.
I feel like Mel would be mind blown if he's seen where everything's at, especially if and how are you feeling about, from when you started, to where you're at now?
It's type crazy. It was type crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I really don't be doing no reminiscence. I be go mode every day, but just looking at it real quick, thinking back, it came a super long way. It was just a ran down old abandoned warehouse space, and we built it up to like a fire looking studios, and just the vibes in there is amazing. It's just crazy how far it came, and I can't wait to see where it's gonna go. But yeah, I'm super happy so far. Always push to be better.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
What's something you'd say to a younger you, dude?
Shit, younger me? Oh man, shoot, man. Younger me, just try to stay out of trouble and just keep going. You know what I mean? Just keep going. As long as you keep going, it's all gonna work out. You know what I mean? It's gonna be trials and tribulations, bumps along the way, but just keep going, bro. Don't ever let anything get you down.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And I want to talk to you kind of about, because throughout the studio era, you moved out to LA for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I know you worked very closely with Kevin George.
Yeah, that's my bro.
I want to talk to you kind of about that experience and, the moment where you're working with George and his records started, moving and kind of getting to that next level, to the point where it makes sense to move out to California.
Yeah, man. Bro got signed to Island Records. First he got a manager, my man Chris Murda, signed him into like a management deal. They got that situated, and we was just moving around like different labels, meetings, shows. There's a lot, like video shoots, like just real industry shit. And then bro got the opportunity after like one of the meetings to take it a step further with Island, and I ended up signing. And I was the main engineer, so got like locked in with like a recording budget and everything. And it was a movie, man. Ain't gonna lie, bro. Really put me in position, to make a lot of moves. And that's kind of where we was at with it.
Yeah, and though you mentioned Chris Anacute, for those that don't know, Chris basically found Katy Perry.
Yeah. Facts. A few artists. He's a legend for sure. He really taught me mad stuff about the industry.
What's something that you learned from him?
Oh man, just a lot of business stuff, honestly. Dang, I learned a lot, man. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I can't really think about one thing. Just how to move, kind of being more professional in the music industry, stuff like that. Really kind of stepping up my professionalism, I would say. you know.
I think that's something actually that a lot of artists can work on too, because sometimes when you get into music and things start moving, it's exciting, you know what I mean? So you want to be excited, ready to go, but sometimes that's not the best play for the room that you're in, you know?
You gotta read the room. I've been lucky to like have that skill from a while, but you have to read the room. Like feel out the temperature in the room. Don't just come in there wilding or figure it out. Like see how it's looking in the room. You know what I mean? Feel out the vibes. You know, because your energy is super important. Like I said, energy is contagious. You know, you just gotta be cool, man.
What would be Chris Murda's tip for like really making it in music and like turning it into a career? What's the difference? Like what makes the difference between this being a hobby and it being a career?
Shit, I mean, it being able to pay for your bills, being able to pay for your lifestyle or for what you do. You know, like me, you know, being able to hold down, you know, my living situation, my son, you know what I mean, my mom, whatever, like just being in position to hold it down. You know what I mean? Everybody at the studio that relies on me, you know, just being able to push it forward and, you know, not having to do anything extra to make ends meet.
Yeah, and I think knowing your worth is an important thing too, because
Sure.
I think a lot of artists might not understand like what their skill is worth, what their talent's worth. You know, engineers are one of the most important staples. And listen, if you're listening to this and you have an artist that you listen to, that song does not sound good without the engineer.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Definitely an important piece. Shout out all the artists that record themselves. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people who make dope music. But not everybody got that skill. So, you know, engineer could do a lot, you know what I mean? Take it, ain't gonna lie, even like when I Crime City days, that's really how I pushed into getting into engineering so much. Because we had a meeting with like a label person, and he was like, yeah, I like the music, but y'all gotta get in a real studio, like with a real engineer. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck is that? You know, like it's super important. Like the way people hear your music, you know, if it sounds crazy, they probably not gonna listen to it again.
Oh, a bad mix can ruin a good song, dude.
OD, you know. So, you know, you gotta put that energy into the mix and make it right, you know.
Yeah, I think you're actually the first engineer to come on the podcast. I was like kind of shuffling through my head right now, trying to figure it out. But yeah, the thing is too, and like maybe you can talk to this a little bit, but engineers are pretty much the unsung hero, dude. Where it's like, I mean, you seen the video I made with Melodia?
Yeah, yo, nah, that's my dog. Yo,
I mean, do you ever feel
crying.
like that? Like, I know we did it jokingly, but there's honestly some truth to that where it's like...
Kind of. I mean, a little bit. I like to play the cut, though. So it's cool with me. But I feel it's definitely a lot of times don't get the credit, you know, we deserve. You know, I feel like it's changing, you know, a little more lately. You know, it's a lot of, like, dope engineer platforms now. You know, it kind of stepping more into the front light, you know?
Yeah. And I also see
like that.
There are engineers that are starting to put like tags on songs and stuff like that
I've
too.
heard that. I don't know if I would ever do that, but that Dusty calling me.
You need to answer it?
Hold on, yeah, let me answer this real quick.
Please stand by.
Yo? So I ain't gonna lie, I'm on this podcast right now. I'm about to wrap it up in a couple minutes. And then I'm on the way. Okay, bet. Yeah, I'm about to wrap this up in a few minutes, and then I'm gonna slide out, and I'll call you when I slide. Yeah, it's live. I'm on this shit right now. All right, hold on. Here you go. You know. Yes, sir. My God, you ready? I'm gonna tap in with you in a little. All right, gang.
We gonna have to boost that audio.
Yeah, facts.
The compressor, dude.
Definitely got boosted.
But yeah, we could take this to the end zone, Murda. You know, busy man. I want to talk to you one thing though that, you know, simultaneously is impressive and also is pretty scary.
Okay.
Your sleep schedule, dog.
Oh man. Yo.
Yeah, I forgot to, when I was giving the intro in the beginning, you're the nocturnal dog. Or dawn. I'll go with the nocturnal dawn, dude.
I like that. I'm definitely nocturnal. My sleep schedule, I don't know. I figure it out as I go.
But like some of these sessions that you're doing are through the entire night, dude.
Yeah, man. Ain't gonna lie. My days sometimes finish at 10, 11 a.m.
Which is insane, dude.
Even later sometimes. On the regular, I guess I'm leaving out the studio 6, 7, 8 a.m.
Is it just because all these artists are recording at these hours?
Yeah, I mean...
What's wrong with the daylight hours?
I mean, we be locked in the day, too. It's just, I record a lot of artists. We be locked in.
Probably caught some beautiful sunrises, dude.
I have, yo. That's actually that. Leaving from the city sometimes. You know what I mean? It's a nice little drive, you feel me?
Yeah, not too much traffic on the road yet.
No traffic. It's great.
That's mad funny, dude.
Yeah, nah. My sleep schedules, I don't know. I figure it out as I go. But it's kind of the life of an engineer, man. And just, try to be the best you could. I'll be ready at all times.
Yeah, what do you think levels you up to get to that next spot? And do you even care about going leveling up like that? Because some people do, some people don't.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I guess I do care a little bit. I don't care that much though, because I'm always gonna keep pushing it forward in my own sense anyway. That's just what I do. I don't know what would be the next level up. I guess something I'm looking at is maybe I don't know, getting a plaque or two. You know what I mean? It's a couple joints that's almost there. It's a couple joints I got credit on that's probably there. I don't even know. But I really didn't care about all the accolades, and all that. I didn't really care about that shit too much for a long time. I just do music. It's my passion. I love it. As long as I get paid for the session, we cool. But yeah, my man Bobby Fischer really got me into really caring about the credits. He's super big into that. That's what he puts all that together.
And I think it's just kind of a showcase of portfolio too, and getting those credits and accolades. It just helps with your business going forward too, because it's like, this is Murda. He's got this, and this. You know what I mean? So it's kind of easy. But one thing you just said, as long as you get paid, we're all good.
Yeah.
Can we talk about a time? Because the thing is, there's just no way that you have been in the music industry this entire time and not got burned, dude.
Nah, it's
part of the game, dude.
It's been a couple times, but ain't gonna lie, ain't really been that many times. Cause I'm probably gonna pull up. It's been a couple times, but those times been with an OT person. They ain't send the final payment or. You know what I mean? I did a mix for somebody out of Atlanta when I was out here. They never sent the bread. I don't know.
Sometimes you just got to charge it to the game,
dude.
You
know what I mean? But that shit don't happen often for me.
Yeah.
You
I have a couple more questions. One question is, what's Chris Murda's message to the world?
My message to the world? Oof. Gangster. Let me see. My message to the world. You could do anything you put your mind to. As long as you work towards it, put effort in, stay true to what you're trying to do, and go hard every single day, you could do anything you put your mind to.
Last question. Chris Murda, how'd you get your name?
Oh, shit. Oh, man, I don't know if I know.
All right, that's enough for today, dude.
No, listen. It goes way back, just fighting and stuff. I used to take stuff a little far. That's it.
All right, that's enough for today, dude. Chris, I appreciate you coming on the pod.
I appreciate you.
It's been a good ep. We go back along forever, dude.
We locked in. Facts. It's been a little minute.
Yeah, dude. Many years to go.
We just getting started. I always feel like I'm just getting started.
Yeah, and one thing I was actually talking to Jet today too, because as I was doing my research for this, I saw a photo. It was you, me, Jet, and there's a ton of other people in this photo.
Oh yeah.
And out of that photo, it's really just us three that are still doing this.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
It's crazy. Like, you know, and I just like, Jet called me and he said that. And I was like, there's no way there's like 20 people in this room.
Is that when we was in the, we was in like a parking garage?
That was when we were in a parking garage, dude.
I ain't gonna lie. I think my man Noodles was there.
Noodles,
He going crazy too, and he got the graphic design shit on.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Well, I think you're right though.
I would say majority of that photo has faded in the background, dude.
That's a fact. And
it's a tough game though.
It's tough because like even with the like Crime City, like I'm the only one still doing music. You know, so you just gotta keep pushing forward. Like regardless, some people gonna fade away, but you know you gotta keep pushing forward. You know what I mean?
It's all we can do, dude.
What you gonna do?
My guy. Thank you for coming on, dude.
Yes, sir. Much love. I appreciate you. Mike Squires and friends, we here, man. Yes, sir.
Cool. Thank you. I also want to share with you guys my thought of the day. And my thought of the day is this. Don't give up. You can do a lot more than you think. Oh, yeah. And you got to believe before the world does.